from hitting the chasers and the seekers, and the keeper is the goalkeeper. He blocks everything from the opposing team. The seeker goes after the golden snitch. He scores 150 points for collecting that, and usually will win the game at that point.
It's like a Mod Podge of sports we got going on there. I feel it's a couple things in one there, and they've got some really weird names for these balls, and I giggle every time I hear balls because I'm totally immature.
I know, that's what my joke was trying to be, where Wood was showing Harry his balls he was playing with.
Harry Balls and Wood.
Come on,
I
you
know.
guys totally...
I know, we allowed with that.
I didn't even know what you were trying to say.
Okay,
I said it, and then I'm like...
Oh!
Total fail.
So, it's super irresponsible, I feel like, for Wood to let those bludgers out and not fucking tell Harry what's going to happen first.
He's just like, here, hold this.
There's 100% probability that kids get nailed in the face. Like, he's just by sheer chance and, like, plot armor does he not get nailed.
Small tidbit, and I just found it, like, super hilarious and funny. Harry does a little comparison as he's describing the sport. There's a couple different things he got going on in there, and he's like, oh, kind of like basketball. And then Wood's like, what's basketball? And he had no clue.
Speaking of that, in just a second, Wood ends up throwing golf balls in the air. He doesn't know what basketball is. They don't know what soccer is, but they have golf. So is this a crossover sport, or is this just like a oversight? Because what the fuck?
Golf is a European thing.
So is soccer.
So they talk about soccer at Hogwarts, too. They had mentioned that.
Do we know if we don't know if Wood's a muggle or not? Wood doesn't know what basketball is.
So my guess is
So
he's
why-
not muggle-born by any means.
So he has a fucking bucket of golf balls and knows what those are?
Wizards golf, too.
Do they? That's
I
a
don't
crossover
know.
sport?
Dumbledore likes to bowl.
This is what I'm saying. There's a very confusing, like, they don't know basketball, they don't know soccer, even though it's very popular where they live, but they do know of golf and 10-pin bowling. What the fuck, guys? I'm just saying. I wondered. Team sports are already pretty dangerous in and of themselves, and she had to go and add a heat-seeking cannonball.
Oh, for sure. And then you're 50 feet in the air on top of that.
Right. That's right. Like, people are trained in sports medicine because people get hurt doing sports all the time.
Not only can they get hurt like that, but the game itself is a never-ending game till the snitch is caught. And it's stated that the longest game that Wood knows of is 3 months, where they had to keep rotating in players so other players could sleep. That's a long game.
Do you think anybody stayed for the whole thing?
No.
I wouldn't.
I'm going to say, that's a hard no on that one. I'm going to say no.
You don't think so? Some dude like, no, I paid for this ticket.
I would
I'm gonna
think that
sit
the
through
ref
this
would
game.
have to.
Right. He got paid to be there.
He would have. Well, they would have to switch out too. You
Yeah, they
couldn't
had
stay up for
substitutes.
30 months straight.
That's true. They said they had to switch players out.
Yeah.
Yep. They had to switch players out just to keep the game going.
So they probably swapped out everybody else, too.
I always kind of wondered what kind of charms were on a snitch, because I feel like there has to be some kind of barrier or something that they can't fly outside of.
Why does a snitch need wings? The bludgers don't.
And how does it not cut the shit out of your hand when you grab it?
Are those metal wings and they're moving as fast as like hummingbird wings? Yeah, that would carve you up like a pumpkin.
I assumed that they were wings, like fluffy wings.
Well, the ball is metal.
I mean,
They
they
don't
may be metal.
describe it, but
When I think wings, I think like fucking
fluffy wings.
Soft.
Soft wings.
soft wings. They don't ever describe it, but like in my head, that's what they are. They're like white little fluffy angel wings.
But if it's whipping around this place and then you grab it out of midair, there's a good chance you're going to grab on one of those wings and like crush it.
Yeah.
Does that hurt the snitch? Like, is this an animal or is it a ball?
The snitches have a whole thing.
There's qualities about them that we will find out later on that are not quite inanimate.
They have memories. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll learn more about snitch lore as we go on. Gotta love your snitch lore.
Sorry.
Sounds dirty.
Yep.
So, it's Halloween morning, 2 months in, and they get to make things fly in charms finally. Flitwick made Neville's toad fly. I have a point about pets, which I think is a little weird. If you have a owl, it's like a tool. Like it goes and lives in the owlery. You don't really get to like hang out with it. It's not really your companion. Whereas if you have any of the other animals, a toad, a cat, or a rat, it seems like you get to keep it with you, and its only purpose is to be your pet and like your buddy. Because Neville's toad apparently gets to like chill with him in his classes. Which, I get, it's just a toad, but I mean, if you get your fucking toad in class, I want my fucking owl, bitch.
I guess I kind of thought their purpose was to do magic on them.
Is
like,
it?
I'm going to practice on you. Yeah.
That's fucked. I feel like Transfiguration is a little weird because of that, too.
That was my that's why his toad's flying around, because he was showing them how to do it. Like, you get to be the guinea pig, but you're a toad.
I mean, in my head, a once-off, like, making the toad fly, not a big deal. If we're, like, fucking with this toad on a regular basis, that's straight-up animal abuse.
Like I said, adult us, this is questionable. Kid us, toads flying around the room, woo!
That's all. It's fun. I think it's fun. Just, like, the implications could be a little scary if we think about it too deeply. Or maybe the magical world needs to catch up a little bit. That's all. We love animals, and we don't like to make them be tortured by 11-year-old children.
Alright, so we're going to take a break here. I'm going to take a few sips of my drink I got going on here, which is an artisanal blend called Strongbow hard apple cider, and it's pretty tasty. I kind of feel bougie because it's artisanal, but it's got a good, strong taste. Where is this from here? Oh, it's gluten-free, people. Gluten-free. You know that's a thing now. Gotta love that. Bottled for Bloomer's Cider Company in White Plains, New York.
We're also drinking Blake's Hard Cider Co.'s Grizzly Pear, which makes me think of Baloo and Jungle Book. And it's infused with elderflower, and the label says reading labels makes you a more informed person, and they're glad you decided to be smart today. Good job. And it made me feel happy, so I thought I'd share that with you.
It's tasty.
Well, back to it.
Well, torture's coming in the form of Hermione Granger.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, how did you say that?
Hermione Granger.
What? There's
Hermione.
no way that's right.
I don't know. I
Trying to
just
be British.
You're just trying it on?
Well, I mean, I don't do accents very well, but I thought it was funny the way I said it.
No, it's
Apparently
right.
everybody else too. She gets her little I can do it the best attitude, and this is how you do it. Let me show you. After Flitwick does his, swish and flick, and this is how we say it. Wingardium Leviosa. It's a Leviosa, not Leviosa.
She's more concerned with making sure that people know she's right about something than she is mad at the boys. It's more important to her that Ron gets the information than she's mad at him.
Right.
And that could be taken a couple of ways. Either she's that high and mighty to where I have to prove to you that I'm always right, or she just really gives a shit. And I mean, I think it goes kind of what you were saying earlier about she's trying to fit in with like having the knowledge, but she's doing it fucking wrong. And I don't think she sees it that way yet.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening to Hermione.
I do wish we got a little bit more of her side during these first couple chapters so that you can hear her voice about it.
Yeah.
Because then she does go and she does cry in the bathroom all day after this class because she hears Ron being a dick.
Oh, yeah, they're bad-mouthing her. Totally talking about her.
And you can't blame her. She's alone, she's hormonal, and she has no friends, and they're being mean to her. Even though she maybe deserves it a little bit, I wish we got a little bit more of how she feels before the coming events of the chapter.
Right, it probably didn't feel that way to her. She was probably like, I was trying to tell him what was right, and then he was snapping at me, calling me a nightmare, so fuck that guy. Or at least, I don't get why he's pissed. Why he's being mean to me. She's passing out gold as far as she's concerned.
Or maybe she was questioning her tactics herself.
What was that, Freud? Her whore?
Her whore tactics. Whore tactics.
Maybe she was rethinking how she had to approach him. Because she does act different after this.
Yes, she does.
But she cries in the bathroom all day, and the boys Ron does not care that she hears, and they go down to the feast, and it's pretty fucking awesome in there.
Yeah. Golden plates.
I mean, and the bats. There's 1,000 bats just flying around, making clouds. Yes, Nate?
I have a point to make about the bats.
Oh, jeez.
We talked about the owls being poopless owls
Yes.
before. Now, I'm willing to believe that the owls, because of Dumbledore, he cinches their butts shut when they fly into the castle. They can't poop in the castle.
It's exactly what happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's no chance they can do that to bats, too. I'm just saying that gross. Just gross. And they're flying so close to the table that they're like whipping candles around. There has to be bat shit everywhere.
Yeah.
I am strongly going with my theory that all of these animals, every single one, in all of the books, no matter what, they are all house trained. Gotta be.
So, I don't know. I feel like it's weird. It's light in the Great Hall. They gotta be going a little bit nuts. Yeah, I guess they'd have to
All
be trained
willy-nilly.
in one way or another. There's a spider.
Ooh!
Right there.
Get it, babe. Man job. Kill the spider. Pause for the cause, folks.
It's Halloween episode up in here.
Yep.
Got spiders dropping
It's
from
on
the
the
ceiling.
chair. It's on the chair. On the back of the chair. Back of the chair. He got it.
Yay!
We're saved. James saved us all. Good job, Nate. Way to sit there. Moral supporting. I'm glad we're back now, and we're all good with the spider, because we're coming to my favorite part. Quirrell is busting through the door.
Troll!
Yup. There's a troll in the dungeons. Thought you should know. And then he passes out.
How the fuck is that the guy that everybody trusts their children to defend? He
Yeah.
teaches defense against the dark arts. Now, granted, he probably just saw the troll, but he's the guy who teaches how to handle shit like that. And he ran away. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Isn't that your job, guy? Take care of the fucking troll.
Yes.
And he runs away and then passes out. He can't even handle troll.
Also, though, his turban is askew.
So is he fighting with it?
It's all mussed up.
Yeah. From the struggle
running in.
with the troll.
With the troll.
Apparently. His
Yes.
turban is all messed up.
I don't think so.
No? You don't think so? That's what it appears as.
I'm
Not for a guy who passes out. Just saying.
So, of course, panic erupts.
Dumbledore tells the prefects to take all of the students back to their houses, back to the dorms. And the teachers are supposed to go down to the dungeons.
Whoop some troll ass.
Right. So, isn't the Slytherin dorm in the dungeons?
Maybe it's different dungeons. I don't know.
That was my first thought. If the troll is in the dungeons and the Slytherin dorms are down in the dungeons because that's where their potions class is and it's by the Slytherin dorm, then why the fuck would they go down there? Why wouldn't they go the other way?
Mm-hmm. There's probably contingencies in place that it just doesn't delve too deep into. Can I point out that Percy is now in his glory and he is just like Prefect coming through. Follow me, people. Come
If you
on.
didn't know, I'm a fucking